that joke of a HUD secretary. If y'all thought Ben Carson was an idiot running HUD, Scott Turner makes him truly look like a brilliant housing scholar. And they won. He was on Capitol Hill testifying, and Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, let's just say she lit that ass up.
Mr. Secretary, it is unfortunate, unacceptable, and deeply disappointing that it took over a year for you to come before this committee, but you're here now. I don't have a lot of time and I have a lot of ground to cover, so let's get to it and please try to answer as succinctly as possible. Since Donald Trump came into office, how many people at HUD, Mr. Secretary, have been fired, laid off, or otherwise left the agency? Just the total number, please.
Ma'am, about 2,400 people took the DRP.
I'm sorry. The total number at HUD who have been fired, laid off, or otherwise left the agency.
Yes, ma'am. 2,400 people voluntarily took the DRP.
That's complete. Okay, that's you're not answering the question. I'm going to reclaim my time, so I will just tell you.
Okay.
The point is, when you take a hatchet to the infrastructure of our federal government, it is a tremendous disservice, not only to those dedicated, hardworking employees, those patriots who could have gone anywhere with their talents, but they love their country and they wanted to be in service to their country. It is incredibly disruptive to their livelihoods and their lives. It is not efficient because it is a disservice to the people and the communities that they serve. People like in my district, the Massachusetts 7th, Claire Bergstresser, who was fired from the HUD Region 1 office, which devastated her. But it means that the good work that she was doing is going undone. So these firings, these unlawful firings, greatly reduce HUD's ability to fulfill its mission. So let me just build on that a little bit. On that note, Secretary Turner, for the record, can you tell us what is HUD's mission statement?
To provide access to quality, affordable, safe housing, and to give access to people to achieve the American dream of home ownership, ma'am, is our mission at HUD.
Let me read it word for word. The mission is to create strong, sustainable, inclusive communities and quality, affordable homes for all. That is the mission of the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Now, I don't have any evidence that you actually know the mission statement because it seems you're actively undermining it. Since taking office, you have failed at sustainability and paying attention to the impact of the climate crisis and extreme temperatures. You have failed at inclusion. Again, this is a mission statement, by gutting the Fair Housing Office that fights against discrimination. And you are failing at addressing the affordability crisis. So if you have even a modicum of understanding of the mission statement, I'm not sure why you are actively undermining it. But I'll go on. Donald Trump said that the affordability crisis is a hoax. As a Secretary of Housing, do you believe there is a housing affordability crisis? Just yes or no in the interest of time.
There is a housing affordability issue in our country, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And the president believes that as well.
No, he said it was a hoax.
The president believes
Don't
that
push
as well.
propaganda.
As you see,
Donald Trump said the housing affordability crisis is a hoax, and that proves he is as clueless.
Steps.
He is as clueless about what is happening with the American people.
I wouldn't
as
say
he is cruel.
Clueless. He's not.
He is as clueless as he. Let me move on. Reclaiming my time. There is an affordability crisis. We're living it every day. The median age for first-time homebuyers is 40 years old. We're pricing out young people. And I believe your department is completely unaware of the fact that people in their twilight years who have given so much to this country, we have a gray wave of homelessness that your agency is ignoring of our elders. Now, look at your Senate confirmation here. You talked about your football career and how you would often watch the film of your games to see what you're actually doing well. I have seen this film, and you are failing. I feel bad for you. The Republicans put you in this role.
I'm not sure which film you're watching.
Excuse me, you're interrupting.
Sorry.
I'm watching the film in real time, what's happening, as you gut HUD and undermine and fail to meet.
We haven't gutted HUD.
I didn't ask you a question. I'm offering a statement of fact. in my opinion. You've been put in a position with no qualifications, no experience, and no training, and they are using you. They are using you as the poster child of their anti-DEI crusade, and you are letting them, and it is shameful, and it is painful for me to watch. The Department of Housing and Urban Development is too important to be mismanaged under your leadership or lack thereof.
Gentlewoman's time has expired.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, no one's using me. I wanted to be here.
Well, it took your ass a year to get there, Reese. And the bottom line this year, how you gonna say Donald Trump believes in the housing affordability when she's quoting him when he said it's a hoax? His lying ass. But keep in mind, this is the same fool with Trump who pulled back. That was an investigation for 2 years of a racist HOA in Dallas that was discriminating against poor black people, and they pulled that lawsuit. Scott Turner, a former state rep in Texas in nearby Collin County.
Well, his job is whatever Donald Trump say his job is. It don't matter what the law says it is. It doesn't matter what the actual mantra of the organization is. He's just there to carry water for, as Representative Ayanna Pressley said, clueless and cruel Donald Trump and that MAGA agenda. But she just put on a masterclass in how you combat and you control the kinds of information that you are getting from these people who are incompetent and just sit up there and lie. She didn't allow him to sit up there and lay out a bunch of things that aren't true. Then she had to spend 15 minutes fact checking each and everything. She stopped him right at the lie. Interrupt the lie, as you say, Roland. And so I'm glad to see her getting the praise that she needs, or that she deserves rather, and I'm glad to see that she is pushing back on these lies. And the last thing I will say is I think it's very interesting that some of the solutions that Donald Trump's people are talking about, it sounded a whole like Kamala Harris's platform, because I remember my receipt with receipts researching what she planned to do around housing. And a lot of those ideas are in here, particularly as it relates to limiting investors buying it up. Now, Scott Bessen's stupid ass sat up there and said that a small investor is your grandma and your grandpa who own 10 homes. That's what he said. He don't want to shut those small investors out. So this administration is very, very unserious, but they're clearly grasping at straws, trying to rewrite the narrative. But the proof is in the pudding. People can't afford to buy homes, and people can't afford to sell their homes.
It's just is laughable. And this is another black flunky, Greg, of Donald Trump, grossly unqualified. And I don't know what I could have played some other clips from the show. I don't know. I really don't know. I just play NFL and they love me.
Brother, I every time I see one of them Negroes, him, Wesley Hunt, Byron Donalds, I think about what our sister Lauren Victoria Burke named first Byron Donalds, and by extension the rest of them, consensual manservants. I respect Representative Pressley for any number of reasons. Of course, her parents were housing activists. She herself going and moving in that tradition from the time she was young to this very moment. But what she said at the end really kind of shifted my energy toward that circus clown. I would normally have very little place in my mind or my heart for a brother like that. But when she said they're using you, and she said, you know, I mean, you're an embarrassment. And then she said, I feel for you, and more or less. And his response, they're not using me. I want to be. I almost teared up because we were never slaves. We were human trafficked. We were trafficked. We're human beings, you know, and so we were trafficked. But there are some of us who have been so thoroughly damaged and wounded and traumatized over generations that we actually love our masters. That man is a slave. He has abandoned his humanity for whatever reasons. And when the final receipts are tallied and the sun is down and we finally right ourselves, Scott Turner's name is going to be added to the roll of those who were casualties of this war. And for that, I feel sorry for him and his whole damn bloodline. I'm glad Ayanna Pressley framed it the way she did.
Randy.
Yeah, I really love when she said, you're being used. And then he said, yeah, I want to be here.
He wants to be used. He's like that song, "You gonna use me up," because he has post-traumatic slave syndrome. He has Stockholm syndrome, where he is loving his oppressor, and he wants whatever they will give to him, regardless of what it does to his very own people. He doesn't care. He doesn't even know what he's supposed to be doing out there and does not care. He just wants his little crumb from the pie. Can't even say piece of the pie, crumb.